I thought I was met with a lot of tragedy in 2024. But 2025 said, hold my beer.
When they say she get it from her mama, I'ma say you fucking right. Body rude is unpolite. Done be in a humble life. Tell me, is you down? Cause I'm trying to go up tonight. All the hoochies left and right. I just wanna live in a fantasy.
Hey y'all. Well, welcome back to my channel. I don't know if my birthday vlog or if this video is going to drop on my channel first, but Happy New Year. It has been a little bit over a year, excuse me, since y'all have last seen me on this platform. And it's been a while. I am actually in Chicago right now. I was at work and I went to the movies. Now I am back in my hotel room. I am on a work trip. This is the first time I've been back in Chicago since 2020. I am very emotional, very raw at the moment. Because last time I was here, I had two grandparents. Last time I lived here, I used to live here from 2019 to 2020. When I graduated undergrad, I got a job here, and I took it. It was a very formative experience, but I was also very sad, very depressed, because I was lonely, and it felt kind of very isolating, and missing home and my people a lot. And then to top it off, my grandmother died. It's almost exactly 6 years ago. Today is, I think, January 7th. She passed away on January 31st, 2020. So it's just very triggering being here. I went to the movies today, and I so happened to be in that same dine-in movie theater the day I found out she passed away. Took myself on a solo date to cheer myself up. And when I got back home from that date, I found out that my world was shattered and my grandmother passed away, and 2.5 months later, my other grandmother passed away, leaving me with no grandparents at all. My grandmothers were the only grandparents I knew. So all of that has been going through my head, and love my mom, but I did have a conversation with her on my way home or back to my hotel. That was very triggering. So yeah, y'all are getting me in a very raw, real form. So yeah, I wanted to give y'all a life update. My original plan for this video was to be much more jovial, but it's life goes on. And I leave Chicago tomorrow, so I might refilm this tomorrow. It's actually not a bad idea to refilm this tomorrow, maybe in the morning when there's daylight. I think I might do that. But yeah, I just wanted to come to y'all in a very raw and real state. This is a life update video, as you can tell by the title of this video. Life has, I don't think I'm in an emotional state to record this because it makes me want to cry, because I'm thinking about what's happened over the last year. And, you know, a lot of transition, you know, moving back in with my parents, so I could just, like, you know, build and catapult myself to the next step in life. And, like, you know, it's time to, you know, lower my expenses and just, like, lock in on my next phase of life, you know, and elevate. And to get something different, I know I have to do something different, hence giving up my apartment. So yeah, it was very hard. You know, my nervous system has been shot all year, basically. And I also started working fully in person. I have an 1.5-hour commute one way. So I'm in transit 3 hours a day, almost 5 days a week, usually 5 days a week, which is a lot. But even with all of that, when I felt like I was kind of getting the hang of it, maybe around like end of spring, summer, when I felt like I was, you know, kind of getting the hang of things, I was met with what still feels like an insurmountable obstacle, and my boss passed away. Before my boss passed away, actually, I skipped a step. In April, my friend Nate passed away at the age of 23 from complications due to sickle cell anemia. Very tragic, very difficult funeral to go to. I hate funerals. I don't do funerals. But this one, I felt like a tug to go, so I went, and I don't regret it. I don't regret it at all. And then felt like I was getting back on my feet a bit, and at the end of July, I believe it happened on July 26th, and I found out on July 28th, my boss tragically passed away in a car crash. She was 37 years old, didn't have any children, and had just purchased her first home with her then partner/boyfriend. So it's been a very tragic year. Prior to coming to Chicago, and I know the optimism will resurface after I physically leave here and kind of get back to my routine and, you know, just sort myself out mentally. But I thought I was met with a lot of tragedy in 2024. 2025 said, hold my beer. But on the other hand, I, you know, got to bond with my parents over the holiday season, which I enjoyed. Thanksgiving and Christmas was just me and my parents, and I really enjoyed it. We sat around the table, I cooked for them, did grocery shopping for them, well, because I couldn't do grocery shopping, of course, but and we just bonded around the Thanksgiving table, around the Christmas table, and I wasn't really overstimulated because I was going to work that day, so it was just nice to just be around them, to kick it, to just give my mom the day off from doing anything around the house, which is a blessing. And then I also found, something I knew I liked before, but I feel like this year I really fell in love with it. My love of driving. So I recently got my license a couple of weeks ago. I forget the exact day that I took my road test, but a couple weeks ago in December. So today's January 7th, so it was a couple weeks ago in December. Maybe almost a month ago. But yeah, I got my license. Your girl is officially a driver now, so I'm so excited for when God blesses me with my car. But as you'll see, or if you would have already seen, I drove all around Arizona, and it was just so calming, so peaceful. I feel like I probably would feel better in Chicago if I was able to just drive, but I don't know, maybe tomorrow morning. I feel like I'll probably feel better if I would be driving, but I figured, I'm in the city, like, what's the point of driving? I didn't know what the parking situation was at this hotel that I'm at, so it's fine. So yeah, I found my newfound love of driving, which comes with its own set of complications as well, and it's a big responsibility. But when I am driving, especially driving by myself at the moment, I really enjoy driving by myself at the moment. So, I'm excited, and I'm excited to get to the point of just like driving everybody around, helping other people, the way other people have helped me when I wasn't a driver. So God is good. Very grateful. And for context, I've taken the road test multiple times. I stopped driving completely for about 2-3 years. I had really bad car anxiety. I was in car accidents. It was really bad for me. But I, took the exposure therapy thing to heart. And I'm doing the things that scare me, and the Lord has held my hand and provided, and I'm just grateful. So yeah, girl is a driver. I also am on this work trip because I got a promotion. I was a contractor at my job for the last year, which means if I didn't work, I didn't get paid, and I didn't really have any benefits. But now I just get to have more work-life balance, and I'm just so grateful. I'm just grateful. So yeah, there's that. Although I'm feeling very triggered while being in this city, at least this is not a trip I pay for myself. Okay. I think that's like the bulk of what happened. Oh, duh, obviously. I had a pen pal in the beginning of the year. I went on a blind date with said pen pal, not like pen pal from jail, but like a pen pal. We got matched, sight unseen with each other for a pen pal experiment, which is actually premiering on YouTube in a bit. So I'm gonna go watch my episode that comes on in a bit on YouTube. And I don't want to spoil it for y'all, but my pen pal and I, in the end, didn't work out. We did date for several months. He still is a wonderful man. And I'm just so grateful for my time that I had with him. We were dating during the time that I was leaving my apartment and moving in with my parents, and he was really like that steady, just like a steady force and a steady presence in my life. During a time where everything was just so transient and so all over the place. So I'm just very, very grateful for him. So shout out to you. And shout out to my guy Manny, who's one of the people that facilitated the experiment. So after my pen pal and I went our separate ways, parted ways, I started dating again, and I met my now ex-boyfriend. Is he watching this? I don't know. But he and I met about a month before my boss passed away, so beginning of July. And I'm so grateful that he was there for me when my boss passed away. He took time off of work just to be there for me, and I'm so grateful for that. Things ended up being, I don't know if the word is turbulent, it's probably a little dramatic, but things ended up not being good between us for multiple reasons. But long story short, I realized I deserved and required and needed more than what he was able to provide. And that's not necessarily speaking like financially, but like emotionally, mentally, accountability, etc., etc. I've already broken this all down to him, so none of this is like revealing like classified information. This is not a secret. And of course, I will respect his privacy because that is still someone that I did and still do very much love. But we are broken up and we are not getting back together. Some people think that because we were so good, we were together, especially in the beginning, that we'll be on and off again. No. I don't do life switch relationships. I used to, and they were really dumb, and I'm too old for them. And y'all know I just turned 28, so no, not happening. In other news, I might clip this out. I'm gonna ask for his and my sister-in-law's permission, but I am going to be an auntie. Now, y'all, well, if you know me personally, you know I have so many children that are my nieces and nephews who Auntie Pam, Tati Pam, really loves very much. But this is my first blood niece or nephew that is on the way. At the moment of filming this video, we are on baby watch, so we're just waiting for the text message, for the call that the baby has arrived. I actually, right before flying into Chicago, I was in LA. I flew into Chicago from LA, just prepping for the baby. Got to spend some really nice quality time with my brother and sister-in-law. So yeah, y'all, your girl's gonna be an auntie, and I'm super duper excited. Yeah, I feel like that's like really all that happened last year. I got more into fragrances. My girls have been schooling me on the fragrance thing, and I've been learning things on my own as well, because I've been sticking to my Bath and Body Works scents for years, for probably decades at this point. But I'm trying to, step up my fragrance game. And I just realized I have no jewelry on in this video because when I got home, I just need to take everything off of me. And did I mention I walked back to my hotel room in the rain while I'm already in a horrible mood? Anywho. But yeah, I think that's basically it. I've been thinking about going back to school in some capacity. But my focus, honestly, the next year or so is just, working and taking advantage of the benefits, being an aunt, being a great aunt, to my baby niece or nephew that's coming. And yeah, that's really my focus, continuing to pour into myself. It's so funny. We took a personality test as part of training. Well, it wasn't part of training, but like people I was training with, they put me onto the personality test. And one of the things said that like you pour into so many other people so much that your fault is that you stick by the wayside. So the website suggestion was to pour into yourself the way you pour into others, to show that same care to yourself that you show to others. And I'm definitely working on that. So yeah, there's that. Speaking of pouring into myself, I did not mention that I did go to Curacao this year in September for my good sis Danny's 30th birthday. And then that was in September. Prior to that, in March, I went to Jamaica. I definitely stayed at the wrong resort. I should have stayed at a resort that was more chill. It was a party resort, and when I'm on a solo trip, I'm typically not in a party mood. I usually just want to be chill and zen and have a come to Jesus, a couple of days. But anywho, Jamaica's Jamaica. I loved it. I enjoyed it. And it just encouraged me to, spend more time off the resort, and I did, and I enjoyed that. So shout out to my Jamaican family, my Jamaican folks over there, my Jamaican driver. God bless y'all as you rebuild from the hurricane, and I will be back. I love Jamaica. Jamaica is my home away from home. It's Haiti for me because I'm Haitian, obviously, and Jamaica is immediately after. So yeah, y'all, that is the end of this video. That's really all that comes to mind. I do feel a little bit better after speaking to y'all. But this is real and this is raw and this is life. At the end of the day, being part of the dead grandma gang, that's what I call it. Excuse my dark humor, but being part of the dead grandma gang sucks. And now I'm also part of the dead friend gang. That's my second friend that's passed away. And I'm also part of the dead boss gang. So, whoop-de-doo. Y'all, excuse my dark humor. I'm sorry, y'all, but what do you do? People just keep dying. What do you do? What do you do? Not to mention one of my homegirls, her grandmother passed away. And I just, anywho. So yeah, y'all, I love y'all. I am still single. While I was away, I wasn't single, but then I was re-single. So now I'm single again. I don't personally have any interest in dating at the moment, but I just really don't have any interest in dating at the moment. I feel good, though my disposition isn't showing now because I've had a very difficult, day or two. I feel content and happy with where my life is, and I feel like the world is my oyster. I feel like there's nothing that I can't do, and I want to encourage you because though I feel bad now and emotional because I'm in Chicago again, this is still so much better than I was 6 years ago, and it doesn't even feel like 6 years ago, but I've gone through such a transformation in my life, in my heart, in my soul, in my mind. My full frontal lobe is developed now. I was 22. I am 28 now. That's a big jump. I've grown and I've evolved a lot. So I hope that you can look back at your last 6 years, 2 years, 1 year, 6 months, and see how much you've evolved. And if you haven't, start making those changes, So I love y'all. This is all I got for y'all. I love y'all. God bless y'all. If you have any video ideas, put them down in the comments. Y'all know I'm working not around the clock, but I work a lot now. I'm working in person. So I don't have as much time for y'all, unfortunately. And I don't live on my own anymore, so it's not as much opportunity to vlog. But I'm grateful because I am part of a team again, and I don't have to take care of a whole household by myself. My last job was very demanding, and was really kind of a 24/7 job, which is not good, which is not what I signed up for, but neither here nor there. So I didn't really have time to take care of my household like I wanted to, and that's very important to me. So I'm grateful that I don't have to take care of a whole household by myself anymore, and I can focus on other things for now. So only God knows where life will take me. I have things that I have in mind, like goals and visions and all of that, but it's another story for another day. Anywho, I love y'all. God bless y'all. God keep y'all. Happy New Year. Comment down below. Let me know what you think. Bye.